Do you know what I hate about Christmas?
What?
It's those tacky Christmas TV specials that are obviously recorded months in advance.
Hale and Pace, Christmas Sunday.
They don't do that, do they?
No, of course not.
Next, this Christmas Sunday evening, John Major organises the Spitting Image Panto.
I locked my bike, I removed the pump, also the seat, the saddle I mean. Now, I had no idea they were planning this sort of thing.
Commercial Union. We won't make a drama out of her.
He's made a few changes since we had a Thomas Cook at Greece.
Before you go anywhere, take a Thomas Cook at our 11% discount.
In the Magnet half-price sale, all kitchen and bedroom cabinets are now half the normal price. What's more, if you hurry, you'll get an extra 10% off.
Quartz 5-star sale is now on with terrific savings on everything in the store. It really is too good to miss.
Lovely.
Quartz it is at Quartz sale.
He revolutionized hairstyles. Now Vidal Sassoon creates a great new hair collection for Sassoon conditioned hair at home. The new collection by Vidal Sassoon.
We are having a winter sale at House of Fraser stores. But it doesn't start till Monday.
Boxing Day Monday on Carlton. There's thrills and spills at 4:10 in the Bond film, The Man with the Golden Gun. And fun in the sun at 7 with Wish You Were Here. At 7:30,
Well, that's not what I think Christmas is about, I must say.
Coronation Street, followed at 8 by the Strike It Lucky special. And at 8:45,
Go ahead. Make my Christmas.
Police Academy 6. Let Carlton make your Christmas with a Boxing Day bonanza.
Thank you to everybody who voted for me in the Comedy Awards. It really means a lot to me. It also means I've got to do another series. So we'll see you in the new year with a new series. See you then.
Now, on London Weekend Television, a special seasonal helping of Spitting Image.
You'll find bags and bags of bargains at the Selfridges sale. It's bigger than ever. And it starts tomorrow.
If your business is growing, but your cash flow is draining away, speak to Alex Laurie. We can turn outstanding invoices into cash right away, just when you really need it. Alex Laurie. We can make cash flow your way.
I can honestly say, with complete impartiality, that the Argos hair is the best yet!
At the Carpet Right sale, we've got roll after roll of carpet savings. This at half price, only $1.99. This at half price, only $2.99. And this quality Wilton from Carpet Right, half price, only $4.99. Plus many brand names, including our own exclusive Premier range. Hurry down to Britain's biggest and brightest carpet sale at Carpet Right, while there's still plenty left on the roll.
Really afford to splash out on a new car after Christmas? With 0% finance available until the end of January on any new Micra, Primera or Sunny.
You can with a Nissan.
Drop into your local dealer for a happier new year.
Halford's best ever sale, including £2 million of tools, mini stereos, half price, incredible rally bike savings. Halford sale now on.
It's the place to be. Savings on all the world's leather. £500 of selected suites and interest-free credit. World's greatest sale, World of Leather.
As well as low prices every day on your key DIY, B&Q has something extra special at the moment. A special purchase sale with hundreds of products at very special prices. A huge clearance of discontinued lines and end-of-season products. And interest-free credit when you spend £500 on bathrooms or £1,000 on kitchens or conservatories. Whether you want low prices every day on the products you buy most or something extra special, you'll find it all at B&Q.
Sit there in front of the telly. Go and eat some food.
Into 94 with Tom Hanks, Dennis Norton, Danny DeVito, Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. All next Sunday night. At 6:30, Tom Hanks is the man with one red shoe. At 8:05, it'll be all right. On the night, 7. The Roses want a divorce. Come on! At 9:05 next Sunday night, the LWT premiere at the War of the Roses.
Next this Sunday night, Nicholas Owen has the latest news from the studios of ITN.
It's bigger than a sale. It only happens once a year. It's the Texas end-of-year sellout, with all surplus stocks to clear, with discontinued ranges, manufacturers' clearances, and more in most departments. See the national papers for many extra bargains, and don't miss the Texas end-of-year sellout.
He just broke out. He just found out. Now, the rest of Texas better watch out. A perfect world.
As the snow falls, so does C&A's prices, some to half price. C&A's Great Winter Sale starts Monday the 27th of December. Make it a date and pick up a bargain.
Can you imagine a teapot with a mouse inside? A draft set with sheep for counters? A snuff box with an elephant on top? Can you imagine?
Court's 5-star sale is now on with terrific savings on everything in the store. It really is too good to miss.
Lovely.
Court's it is at Court's sale.
Harry's the jazz man.
Can't lie. If I say to you, baby, I love you, then baby, I love you.
The big band swinger. The crooner.
You, wonderful you, it had to be you.
In concert from New York, Harry Connick, Wednesday, 8:30 on 4.
To all of our fans in Britain, I hope you're having a great Christmas.
Hello, Chris Moose here to remind you that Christmas Line is here to help you. For help, information, or just a chat, phone us now on 071 484 8484.
In just over 10 minutes here on LWT, we've comedy with Hale and Pace. That's after the national weather forecast and the news from ITN.
Good evening, this is ITN, the headlines. Russian helicopter hijackers escape with $10 million. Number 10 says no need for minister with a love child to resign. And the last-minute goal that spared Man United a home defeat. Russian troops are tonight hunting 4 kidnappers who got away with $10 million ransom, that's £6 million, after outwitting the authorities. The gunmen freed their remaining captives and escaped in a helicopter which they abandoned near the Iranian border.
After 4 days of ransom demands, death threats and fraught negotiations, the terrorists make their final bid for freedom. Their hijacked helicopter leaving Minarani Vodi the last of their teenage hostages free and reunited with their parents. On board, they had played card games with their captors, the same men who threatened to shoot a child every 15 minutes if their demands weren't met. The students had laughed when the terrorists burst into their classroom last Thursday. They thought it was a Christmas joke until Kalashnikovs were fired into the ceiling. Russia's elite Alpha commandos surrounded the local airbase where the gunmen had forced their hostages into a military helicopter and demanded a plane to fly to Iran. Until this crisis, few Russians had heard of Valentina Petrenko, but as the government's mediator, she was soon making world headlines. She dealt with a ransom demand of $10 million. The money was paid for the release of the captured schoolgirls. The negotiations continued air to air when the terrorists made several abortive attempts to reach the Caspian Sea. She had even volunteered to take the place of the last 2 schoolboy hostages, and now, with the care of a mother's touch, she prepared them for the cameras. As suspected, the terrorists always intended to flee to Dagestan, an unruly state once part of the mighty Soviet Union. The Russian government says the men will soon be caught. Optimism in a country where a few years ago such a crime would have been unthinkable. Adrian Britton, ITN, Moscow.
Here, there have been calls tonight for the resignation of the Environment Minister Tim Yeo after he admitted that a local councillor has had a love child by him. The Tory MP Ivor Stanbrook says he should go, but Downing Street insists it's not a resigning matter.
The question of any resignation by Mr Yeo, of whom there was no sign at his constituency home today, here he's in the Commons a couple of years ago, has not apparently arisen at official level. He hasn't offered to go and the Prime Minister has not asked him to. In a statement after what he called the continued intrusion of certain representatives of the press and issued to the News of the World through the solicitors acting for him, Mr Yeo said, "Julia Stent and I have had over some time a close relationship which developed into an affair. We remain close friends and I have accepted responsibility for our child. But Mr Yeo's position may in future become increasingly difficult, beginning with this year's Tory conference, at which he's seen here, bottom right, on the platform for the environment debate. Government policy has stressed the primacy of traditional family values, and one grassroots conservative pressure group is already contrasting that with the minister's behaviour and saying he must go.
If you can't be honest to your own family, if you can't lead your own family and your own life in a proper way, you've got no business leading the country and showing people the way they should go."
But Downing Street sources are supporting Mr Yeo's contention that this business has nothing to do with his political duties. It is, those sources say, a purely personal matter. Michael Brunson, ITN, Westminster.
The Home Office issued a statement tonight denying it had mistreated a group of 27 visitors deported back to Jamaica on Christmas Day. It said it was normal practice to send illegal immigrants home as soon as possible. The Health Secretary Virginia Bottomley has described the spate of home alone cases over Christmas as tragic and unforgivable. A new incident in Leeds today brings to 9 the number of children abandoned at home over Christmas.
West Yorkshire Police have now dealt with 2 separate home alone cases. This morning they questioned a man after a 9-year-old girl was left by a babysitter yesterday. The child's father was released without charge. Officers have also spoken to the mother of 3 children found alone before Christmas. The children, aged 5, 4 and 1, were reported abandoned at home. Their father is due in court late in January on charges of willful neglect. Their mother isn't being charged. Foster parents are still looking after the children. There have been similar cases in Sheffield and Brighton. Charities say such cases could be minimised by a better system of provision for child care.
Young parents desperately need help in being good parents. So though they are responsible, we also believe it's important for the government to provide better childcare facilities, especially for the under 5 age group.
Childcare agencies don't see the recent spate of home alone allegations as proof of an increase in the number of actual cases. Instead, it could be due to greater public awareness of the problem and more willingness to report suspicious circumstances to the police. Jonathan Munro, ITN, in Leeds.
The storms which brought havoc to large areas of northern Europe are spreading south tonight. Paris now faces the threat of flooding, and in Spain 3 people have died.
The north coast of Spain now added to the long list of places devastated by the floods sweeping across Europe. In a town near Santander, a bridge collapsed under the force of the water current. 3 days of storms have blocked roads and mountain passes across northern Spain as more rivers burst their banks. Heavy rain and snow caused a landslide which brought down a house. Rescuers could only recover the bodies of 3 relatives crushed by the debris. And in Paris, the Notre Dame Cathedral overlooks the swollen banks of the River Seine. The water's been rising steadily over the Christmas weekend, and what they've yet to experience, the clearing up operation, underway now in the German city of Cologne. The waters, waist deep a few days ago, are now passable, leaving behind pools of silt and mud to be cleaned up for the new year.
China's been marking the 100th anniversary of the birth of Mao Zedong, once revered and feared as the great leader, scourge of Western capitalism. Today, though, China's reinventing the free market, and Mao's legacy is being questioned.
Portraits of Chairman Mao are these days virtually the only remnants which accurately reflect the man who led the Cultural Revolution. As China's new leadership tries to come to grips with economic reform, Mao's reputation, like his paintings, is continually reviewed, altered and adjusted. These changes are a result of a more pragmatic style of politics, which under Mao was an attitude regarded as a cardinal sin. The great helmsman, as he was called, set out to eradicate capitalism. The Cultural Revolution was regarded as a tribute to the then so-called greatest living Marxist. But Mao is no longer deified. Today, a 10,000-strong centenary rally simply praised him for being a great patriot. Adulation has been replaced by nostalgia. A first-day cover issue of Mao centenary stamps was a sellout. Souvenirs abound, including cigarette lighters and even Mao yo-yos. The scourge of private enterprise has become one of its biggest assets.
Finally, football, and Manchester United's unbeaten home record survived against Blackburn today, but only just. Paul Ince equalised in the dying minutes.
For the last few weeks now, the only question seems to have been not whether Manchester United can win the Premiership, but by how many points. And United began today as they have all season, with pace, power and authority. But Blackburn defended well in numbers before Kevin Gallagher scored a goal of individual brilliance to silence Old Trafford. Even so, United could still have gone in level at half-time. Tim Flowers could only watch and hope as Mark Hughes found the space to turn and shoot. After the break, United continued to press, but for once they seemed to be running out of ideas. And with a minute to go, desperation took over from United's usual composure, even goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel joining the attack. Ince scrambled the equaliser home, but few teams will come closer to beating United at Old Trafford this season.
That's it. Good night.
Hello, good evening. It's cold out there. There's already a frost in many places and temperatures are still on the way down. There's even a few snow showers, mostly out in the east. Tomorrow, though, will be rather like today, another cold but mostly dry day. Most of the snow showers that are around tonight are in eastern counties of England and Scotland. They're fairly hit and miss, but there could be a covering in places. Central parts fairly clear. Out further west, some thicker cloud there. Some patchy rain, sleet and snow, but most of that is very light. The main point about tonight's weather is the cold weather that's across the whole of Britain, a widespread frost and some icy patches on the roads. Tomorrow, dry and bright for most of us. Still 1 or 2 showers in the east, still a few flakes of sleet and snow in the west. A bright day for most of us, though, temperatures struggling up to around 4 at best. Here's a summary.
Shake off your winter blues with me in Jamaica. All right, bit motivated. Wake up with DMTV in 1994.
Outrageous seasonal comedy next tonight with the inimitable Hale and Pace.
We were behind this big lorry, weren't we, Dottie?
Oh, yeah.
Some huge thing. And suddenly, the back of this thing opened up, and there we were. Couldn't see a
There
thing.
we were, covered.
Commercial Union. We won't make a drama out of a...
Finding the right kitchen at the right price will soon be child's play. because in the Magnet half-price sale, all kitchen and bedroom cabinets will be half the normal price. Now you can choose the kitchen you've always wanted at a price you never thought possible. What's more, from Monday, we'll give you an extra 10% off. So run along to your Magnet showroom on Boxing Day. Whatever your budget, you'll always get more of a kitchen. Now you'll get more of a saving too.
Beware. It's coming your way. The Blob, the ITV movie premiere. Christmas Sunday, 11:40.
Comedy into 94. New Surgical Spirit.
I will not have violence in these theatres. If he moves, wallop him.
Second Thoughts and
Go away.
into 94 when Connolly plays it straight.
Away!
New comedy, time after time. Tracy Ullman takes on New York.
Why doesn't your ass sag like a normal person?
You Bet, and Entertainer of the Year.
What's this?
Barrymore, back on LWT in 94.
Happy Christmas from ITV.
Now on LWT, Hale and Pace are the business.